Yes, I am.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Rob. Here's my boy Angry Quad.
I am Sean Peter McCartney, affectionately known as the Angry Quad.
I'm a C5, C6, E10, and you are.
C456, incomplete, by the way.
I am an incomplete and
I
a
am
complete.
Sean Peter McCartney, affectionately known as the Angry Quad.
I get lucky. I got no summits. I'm a C5, C6.
Yeah, you go up top and you go back down too, man.
And you are.
Here, a little more double fucked up than I am, but it be what it be, kid.
Absolutely. Do you want to tell everybody kind of why we want to do this? And I get lucky. I got no summits.
You know what, dude? There's just, A, why wouldn't you want to do this? And B, you know,
Absolutely.
considering the situation that we found ourselves in, and the easy way that this injury leads us into seclusion and almost a form of a recluse life. We have social media. We can connect in multiple different ways, but this is a relatively easy one. And it's very important that we talk to people that have found themselves in the same situation, regardless of our attitudes, regardless of how we look at things and stuff like that. But I think it's important, man. And yourself?
I mean, I spent 2 years in bed, and so I seen your video or was told about you. I mean, I kind of gave up. So
No.
yes.
Well, no, it's easy to give up. Shit, it doesn't take anything to give up. All you got to do is just be like, ugh. But hey, dude, if you think that, I did anything to be like, go get him, boss, by all means, dude. I'm not going to sit there and bark at you. But, dude, no. Well, no, it's Rob, you're 10 times the man that I originally spoke to. I'm very impressed with you, but keep on keeping on, kid.
I try. I mean, seriously, I remember the I remember the first day getting on the floor. And I couldn't sit up for more than a couple of minutes.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I tell you, the floor is the key, my man.
I mean, seriously. Yeah, once you're on the floor, you are. I don't know. It's like a whole new world. And I couldn't sit.
Well, I'd like to believe, especially when it came to me, the floor allowed me. I tell you, the floor is the key. I think I've said this before, but I will say it once again. I don't really mind being all fucked up as long as I don't feel as small fucked up. And when I got on the floor, I felt as if, you know what? Obviously, I'm not standing and walking around and shit like that. But the floor gave me a little bit more mobility and a little the fact that I was able to do a few things, and I didn't feel as if I was gonna fall on the what on the what. Say it.
Yeah, on the floor.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So I felt as if it gave me a little bit more freedom.
Um, for me, it's I love exercising. I love being able to move myself around. It's helped me, especially getting into bed. It's definitely helped.
Well,
For me,
just trying to hold yourself in a stable position in that area in your head, knowing that you're not going to, truly jeopardize yourself. Because even when you're on the floor, if your trunk ain't working, splat.
it's definitely helped.
But as long as your arms are functional and shit like that, you can at least, try to guard yourself from really hitting your head a little bit hard. But if you're only falling this far, as falling from this far, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
ultimately, you're going to want to try to stabilize yourself. Core strength. Where's the downside?
well, I can tell you what, man, getting on the floor, it's definitely helped with my core.
God bless.
Um, but there's like a difference. Um, you feel no pain.
You're going to want to try to
Am I correct?
stabilize yourself. Bro.
And I have like this severe nerve pain from my back all the way to my feet.
Oh,
So I mean, it's hard to throw yourself around. You feel no pain. Am I correct?
it's we all have
And
a different
have like this
the
severe
spinal
nerve
cord
pain
injury
from
affects us all in
my
different
back
ways.
all the way to my feet.
You're dealing with neuropathy. I got
So I mean,
fucking
it's
nothing. I
hard
got no pain
to throw
whatsoever
yourself
other than
around.
just me. But
You feel no pain.
be what it be, kid.
Am I correct?
It's
So,
we
know,
all have
we had talked about doing this channel for what almost,
spinal cord injury
oh my
affects us all
God,
in different ways.
since
With
we were
neuropathy,
down
I
there
got
in
fucking
New
nothing.
Jersey,
Pain
see,
whatsoever other than
yeah.
me. But
And I love that
be what
there's
it be,
other,
kid.
like the Live the Road boys, you know,
Good boys, man.
yeah. I just think that this is another place we can come together,
Absolutely.
share our tips, tricks, and even when we're down mentally, I've reached out before.
Good boys,
I mean,
man.
it's hard. Yeah. I just think that this is
No, dude, I get
another
it.
place
Don't get me wrong.
we can come
The Live to
together,
Roll boys, I've been
share
fucking with
our
those guys for a
tips,
while now. They're a
tricks,
good bunch of eggs, man.
and
I don't
even
know
when
where
we're
Tommy is. I'd like to see his
down
ugly face
mentally,
again. But
I've
at the
reached
same
out before.
time, I
It's
just
hard. Yeah.
that's one place that I know.
I get it.
And they're relatively candid. I'd like to believe that we could be a little bit more candid, but at the same time, you know what? I don't know where Tommy. What's the problem with two places to go? But at the same time,
Exactly.
you
And
know,
then if there's
that's
somebody out
one
there
place
that
that I know.
starts another one,
And
I'll hit that one up too.
fuck yes on that one, kid. Hell
You
yeah.
learn so much
What's the problem
from the
with two
people from our
places?
communities.
Of course.
Exactly.
How else would you
And then if
know?
there's
You talk to
somebody out
somebody
there
else that's
that
going through the same
starts
shit that
another
you
one,
are. That's
I'll
how
hit
we
that one
learn,
up
man.
too.
You know,
I mean, it wasn't until I started talking to you that I was like, man, I can actually move myself around
of course.
if I really,
How else would you know? You talk to
you
somebody
know,
else that's going
work
through the
hard
same shit that you
and
are.
keep
That's how we
moving.
learn, man. You know what, dude?
I mean, it wasn't until I
It
started
wasn't
talking to
because you
you
talked to me.
that I was like,
It's
man,
because
I can
you actually
actually
saw somebody else doing some
move
other shit.
myself around
There ain't no motherfucking
if I really,
inspiration here, kid. You just need a little bit of a boat.
you
But
know,
after that, dude,
work
you've been
hard
running like a
and
fucking road runner.
keep moving.
Since
I
I
mean,
you have grown up 15 billion%. And it seems like you fucking just you crush it exponentially every time I talk to you.
well, thanks, man. It means a lot. I mean, when you first were paralyzed, I mean, when you went to YouTube, was there many people out there making videos?
When I first started snooping around, one of the first guys that I ran into was Simon Marcus, and he doesn't really
Thanks,
post
man. It means a
anymore.
lot.
And then there was
I mean, when you first were
Oleg and stuff
paralyzed,
like that, a
I mean, when you
big
went to
bear from
YouTube,
Poland.
was there many
And you
people
know
out
what?
there making videos?
Regardless of the entire thing, I ran into those guys. They were already past the first chapter, so I was just like, all right, this is pretty cool. But you know what? There was yes, no, maybe so type of thing. And but ultimately, I didn't see any origin stories, so you know what? I just figured out how to make my own. I mean, much like yourself, kid. It's like we all feed off each other, and that's the reason for this whole connection through YouTube and stuff like that. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's like I am blessed. Like you said it myself yourself. When I got the new house, life was gonna change.
Yeah.
Um, I just think if you work hard and really, really put your mind mentally, because that's where it gets you mentally. Life was gonna change.
Oh, dude, the mental aspect of the entire thing. If you can get this going on,
I just think if you
the rest of this shit, it's just
really, really put your mind mentally.
if they were able to bottle the mental health of many people or the community in and of itself, that you could in turn, have people embrace that type of thing, we'd rule the world, man. Just mentally alone. I mean, think about it. What's the what was that? Geez, what's one of those Marvel movies with the one guy Magneto or some shit like that?
Yeah,
Motherfucker's in a wheelchair, dude, but he's also the boss. Hey, large and in charge, right from the wheels, man. What was that?
like when I started doing YouTube videos, like seniors and uh, Quad Walk and a couple other guys. But I learned how to pay it forward. That is the big thing is paying it forward, helping each other out.
Dude, you gotta support your boys, man. Your boys and your girls. You gotta support them all. If not, then what? What? What is your purpose?
Learn how to pay it. I mean, how many towers have you built?
I honestly, I don't even remember. I actually spoke to the guy that I get my material from and stuff like that, and only because I think I gotta pick up another one. We'll take care of that, but I don't know. He asked me the same question, and I was like, well, you've supplied all the material. Wouldn't you know? He was just like, because that kid that I went to high school with, his parents and well his mother, well no, his father and uncle owned lumberyard from like 1940 something. So he's been there for a little bit. So I met this kid in high school and stuff like that. So all the material that I get from time to time always comes from him. So for him to go to the laundry list, be there forever. But I would say if I made less than 2 dozen, I'd be pretty impressed with that one. But they're all over the place.
Well, we know that there is definitely two in this town somewhere. And one of them I am.
Cocksucker.
Hey, they're using it as a coup rack or something.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at that thing and be like,
We know that.
if you have no idea, but that is what it is. But the simple fact is, there is an Angry Quad sticker on that fucker.
They're using it as a coup rack. I mean, you train every day, right?
I won't go as far as to say every day. I keep my training and everything else like that, almost like a work week. I give up on, I don't give up on Saturday and Sundays, but I try to keep it away from Saturdays and Sundays because you gotta have the body left to charge up a little bit.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I work out like I'll do one routine one day, and then I'll do another routine the next day.
Okay.
And then, prime example, relative and the weights. I was just wondering because I work out.
Dude,
like,
you
I'll
crushed
do
that.
one routine.
Me, I just made it. I just went it up as I went along, but you made it a science, man.
Okay.
The one video where you were doing the tape and you're measuring everything and stuff like that. That never even came to mind. I just pulled off a bunch of tape and just made it happen. But you crushed it, dude.
Yeah, I actually have to
I just made it. I just went it up
re-tape it a
I
little
went
bit
along, but you made
because
it a
after a while the
science,
tape
man.
gets a little stretched out.
Yeah,
But
it'll
really,
measuring everything and stuff.
they are. It's probably one of the coolest hacks that I got as far as working out goes. I actually
Well,
have
yeah, it works out really well.
re-tape it a little
You know,
bit.
you don't drop them, you don't hit yourself in the face.
A little stretched.
Because prior to that, I had the little bells and shit like that. And I was
They
doing whatever.
are.
Every now and then I would drop and they hit me in the head or something like that. And trust me, no bueno,
I got as
mommy.
far as working out goes. Yeah.
Yeah, it works out really well.
So you
you don't.
I've been paralyzed 9 years, and I think you're what, 13?
Yeah, I'm pushing 15 this year. Every now and then,
Oh,
yeah.
you're getting old there, bud.
No bueno. What? What'd you
I
say?
said you're getting old there.
What'd you say?
So you
What's? Excuse me
I've
again.
been paralyzed 9 years.
Listen, boss, I'm only 10 minutes in front of you, man. You'll get there someday. But yes, I am. I'm getting up there a little bit.
You're getting old there, bud. Oh, Angry Quad. Can you
What's? Excuse me again.
pause your
Listen,
volume
boss,
on
I'm
your
only 10
YouTube video?
minutes in front of you, man. You'll get there. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you just said. I'm getting up there.
Can you pause your YouTube videos volume? Oh,
Oh, turn it down.
yeah. Can you
Oh, is that better?
yeah, that way I don't get the. This is
Okay.
our first show.
Yeah,
So
no, but
we're gonna mess it up, obviously.
no. Let me know what the volume level is good for you. I didn't even think about that. Is that all right? Turn it down.
Yeah, as long as I can't hear it, it don't matter.
Is that better?
Yeah, I mean,
The only reason I turned it up is because sometimes it's a little difficult to hear you, man.
I know this.
No, let me know what the volume
I have a
level
lot of
is.
trouble, I
Is that
did
all right?
vocal injections.
Okay.
It don't matter. I think I got them
I turned it up
3 times in the last couple of months.
Yeah, but also, I mean, how many times have you had pneumonia in the last
I have a lot of
6
trouble,
months?
Oh, 6 vocal injections.
6 times. So once.
And now my thoracic doctor, he said that tube will fix the issue. I've had the tube in and I haven't had it since.
God willing, man. God willing.
Oh, I think that's one thing that I feel really blessed about is a good doctor. And when you find that doctor, you never want to leave her.
No, no. You have to have a bond with your doctor of some type. You know what I mean? Something. And one of the things that I find rather unusual as it pertains to the medical profession and stuff like that. You have a doctor, maybe you see that's familiar with spinal cord injury or, whatever it is that you'd be going through. But most general practitioners, they got fucking guts, man. They got shit, man. They sit there and ask you about, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? It's like, it's sort of sad, but I understand because, it's such a niche situation that, it's everybody's a specialist nowadays. But a general practitioner, the niche that is, a spinal cord injury or any form of degenerative anything, they got nothing, man. They got nothing.
I don't even know. Did you want to tell everybody how you got paralyzed?
Uh, yeah, I
It's
don't.
a really great story. You're
Really, there's a great story behind paralysis. Okay, allow me to
you
entertain
know,
you.
I
Um,
don't even know.
I actually got up to
Did
go
you
pee.
want to tell everybody how
I
you got
came back to
paralyzed?
bed, and the
It's a,
missus was asleep,
it's a
and I
really
figured,
great
maybe
story.
if I made a little noise, you know, maybe she'd wake up and maybe something might happen. You know what I'm talking about?
I
Um,
mean,
and I just decided to hop up on the corner of my bed, as many of us has done in our entire lives and shit like that. It's how many times has anybody jumped up on a bed? Jeez, fuck! I think that's what beds were made for. And the bed that I had was up a little bit higher. That whole cool thing, you put their bed up a little bit higher. Well, when I bounced up on the bed, instead of going in that direction, I went slightly askew, you might say. And as I bounced up, I then in turn bounced off, came right back on the fuck of my head and went, and I heard this crunch. As soon as I hit the floor, not experienced spinal cord injury whatsoever ever before in my life. Because I think you only need one time to really bring you up to speed on this entire thing. I knew the second my fucking body hit the floor like a sack of dead cats that I was fucked. I was just like, and next thing you know, it's just like I'm like, oh, oh. And the first words I said to Mare when she was just like, "What the fuck just happened?" I was like, "I have no idea, but this can't possibly be good." And 14 years, I don't know, 7 months or some shit. Here we are.
so I get to tell mine now, and it's really nothing spectacular. Was at a party, got into someone's car, smacked a bridge, and that was said. Boom. Now that see, I couldn't imagine being paralyzed and being awake after. Got into someone's car,
Oh,
smacked a bridge,
yeah.
and
Well, I was only
that
awake
was
for a little
said.
while. After the paramedics got there and the bodyboard and shit like that, I just, just,
Being
hey,
paralyzed
did you
and
die?
awake after. Yeah, I was feeling.
How many times did you die?
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know.
2008,
Time.
2008, and 2016. I was both accidents I was dealing. Yeah, I was dealing.
Oh, goodness. Well, so you died two separate times.
Yeah, in two separate accidents.
Yeah. I died a few times. I died. First, I died from shock,
And
and then they
2016.
revived me, and then I, what the hell happened? I don't know. People have told me that then in turn I died on the operating table. I don't know, dude. I was out of it at that point in time. But even in the ICU later on, with the whole collapsed lung, didn't you have a collapsed lung too?
Two of them. One collapsed in the accident, and because all my ribs were broke, every time they would turn me, it would collapse my lung. So,
Well, that sounds like a pile of shit.
yeah, I had tubes in both sides. One collapsed in the
Ah,
accident.
goodness.
Or you tree. Every time they would turn me, it would collapse my
Bingo.
lung. So,
Right over here. Isn't that where everybody gets a trick?
yeah, absolutely.
Right there?
Tubes in both sides.
Not exactly my claim to fame by any stretch of the imagination, but
Or you
it is
tree.
what it is, man, and what it is.
So, I would like to
Isn't that where everybody gets a trick?
have like people on the show every week.
Right there.
I think that's kind of what we're
I agree.
here to do. Have,
Absolutely.
someone different each week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, different topics and different people because we need exposure, man. And if somebody else has a different attitude or a different way to be about something, once again, I'm having a problem seeing the downside.
Each week.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know,
I mean, different topics and different people
I don't know.
because
I get
we need
scared
exposure,
sometimes
man.
because
What? If somebody else has
AD,
a different
AD
attitude
is like
or
my fear.
Ooh, yeah, I would imagine. Once again,
I mean, and I don't think a lot of people know what AD actually is. Um, I don't know if you ever experienced AD yourself.
oh yeah, it almost killed me several times. Yeah, I would imagine.
Really?
Yeah, twice in research, but well, after the first time, I wasn't dumb enough, so I went back. So, but no, I mean, AD,
Experience AD yourself.
you can die. It almost killed me several times. You know what I mean? This is real.
Yeah, and it was weird. A week ago,
Um,
I was
well, after the
I
first
woke
time, I
up,
wasn't dumb enough, so I went back. So,
face felt hot.
but
I knew
no, I
something
mean,
was wrong.
AD,
Blood pressure was up
you can
around
die.
200.
You know what I mean? This is real.
And the funny thing is, we thought it was because I got that bird.
Okay, yeah.
Scared the withdrawal from the medicine.
Huh. Well, if you're dealing with some form of AD or something like that, being understanding and where is all is where you are and what everything else, just in space, and have an idea of what might cause this, so perhaps maybe you can diffuse the problem, is very important. Very important.
Yeah, I think what scares me the most is usually I can figure out what's wrong.
Where is all is where you are and
And
everything else,
for
just in
days,
space,
it was
and
like
have an
I
idea of
just
what might
couldn't
cause this,
figure
so
out
perhaps maybe you could
what was
diffuse the
happening.
problem, is
Because
very important.
obviously,
Very
I'm not
important.
sitting on the ring for 5 days. Usually,
Oh, you're dealing with AD for 5 days?
you have no idea.
You gotta be fucking
It
shitting me.
was I would say the worst AD that I've experienced in Southern Paris.
Did you have the throbbing headache and all the rest of that tough guy shit for 5 motherfucking days? Oh,
The
you're dealing
one
with
thing that I
AD for
didn't have
five
was
days?
that you have no idea.
I mean, every time I get AD, man, my head feels like it's gonna explode. And for the most part, with the exception of all the other shit, it's typically if I wake up in the middle of the night and I gotta urinate, and if I gotta go bed or something like that, because I can cath when I'm in bed and shit like that. But once I do that, that pressure is relieved, and then I'll go about my business after that. But whew, 5 days, you gotta be shitting me.
Yeah, it was and it's really weird. Like I said, I couldn't pinpoint what was wrong.
Once I do
And I
that,
sat there and I
that
was
pressure
like,
is
what else could be
relieved, and
happening?
then I'll go about my
And
business after that. But
so I asked Tara, I was like,
5 days,
do you think
you gotta
could be a
be shitting
withdrawal?
me.
And you're, I hate when you have to beg for your meds. And I sat there and I
Oh
was like,
no, 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 no.
what else could be
You know what? I will go back
happening?
again.
So
I
asked
don't
Tara,
mind. I mean, I'm
do you
not
think
happy about
could
it,
be a
but I
withdrawal?
don't mind
And you're,
being disabled
I hate
as
when
long
you
as I
have
don't
to
feel disabled.
beg
And as soon as for me, as soon as I have to ask somebody for something, and not just be like, "Oh, baby, can you pass the salt?" Oh, but when you really, really need something, not because you want it, because you have to have it. That's where I have a problem. For me, as soon as I
yeah,
have to ask somebody for something, and
I
not
agree
just be
with
like,
you. Um,
Can you pass the salt? Oh,
let's change some things up here.
thank you very much. I was thinking the exact same thing there, Boo Boo.
You know,
You have to have it.
we're two different
That's
people.
where I have a problem.
You, like we were talking earlier, yeah, you have this, you like to build things, make things with your hands. Wait, do I have armrests coming right
Thank you very
here
much. I was
soon?
thinking the exact oh, baby boy. I actually just spoke to a friend of
We're
mine.
two different
Big problem is with the
you, like we were talking
with the
earlier,
temperatures and shit like that. He's been
you
half of a
have
pussy.
this,
One sec.
you like to build
My
things,
shirt keeps
make
pulling
things
down.
with your hands. But I'm just saying, like, I want to do an episode where I show off a couple of things that I really like tech wise, because that's the kind of guy I am.
Of course. And shit like that. He's been half of a pussy. No, but I mean, Leo should be here this week and stuff like that. Although, you know, I have the material. It's cut to size. It's all scribed out and everything else. Like everything is all, you know.
I really
But
like tech wise.
I am not comfortable with making this cut. Not just because you know my hands are all fucked up, but still at the same time because my hands are all fucked up, and I want to make sure that the line that I cut actually comes out the way I want it. I'm not going to deliver a shit product, so you know, have no fear. I spoke to you about a month ago about this, and I was just like, as soon as the weather turns and as soon as I get it together, and I actually should have bought the blanks in and stuff like that because they're gonna be pissed off. I'll tell you right now, there, Brody, you will be happy with the product. Have no fear.
And I'm actually excited. I don't know if anybody's ever seen your armrest. I'm sure you have a video on it.
Yeah, you mean these over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're cool, man. And I gotta tell you, considering the fact that I had the armrests that you have, they're all soft and squishy
And I'm actually
because of
excited.
what I do, and
I don't know if
I
anybody's ever
killed them.
seen
Within
your
6 months, I
armrest.
just wore
I'm
these
sure you have a
fuckers out.
video on it.
These I've had for over. You
Yeah.
can see the one on this side too. I've had for over like 8 years, and I actually want to take these off and refinish them. But you know, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. You know, but they're. I haven't forgotten about it. They are coming.
You need a ride down right into your garage from in the house, so you don't have to go outside and go all the way around.
Nah, I mean, I know what I need, but physically the structure doesn't truly allow for that. You know what I mean? It could, but I would have to restructure half of my house, and nah, I'm not dumping 25 grand so I can take a shortcut. But I would love it. Nah, it's not happening. Nah, man, I know what I need.
We've been house hunting
Physically, the structure
for a
doesn't
while
really
now,
allow for that.
and it is so hard to
But I would have to
look for a house when you're paralyzed.
Of course. I'm not dumping 25 grand. No,
You
but
know,
you can't look for a house that's accessible. You have to look for a house that has the possibilities of you making improvements
for
to
a
be
while now.
accessible. You know, it's
so
a different
hard
eye, man.
look
You know what
for
I
a
mean?
house when you're paralyzed.
It's a different way to look at things. No,
You guys see the
you can't
house.
look for a house.
I think
that's
we've seen that
accessible.
at a
You have to
finished
look for a
bathroom.
house
That
has
place
the
is pending,
possibilities of you
but
making improvements to be
we
accessible.
decided
You
to
know,
slow
it's a different
down,
eye, man.
not jump into something.
No. It's a different way to no. You gotta have an idea what you're looking at and what
I think we've
you know.
seen that at
You
a
have to
finished bathroom.
understand what
That
could
place is
be
pending,
and not
but
be burdened by what has
we
been.
decided to
You know what I'm saying?
slow
You
down,
gotta be able to figure
not
that whole
jump
thing
into
out.
something. I think it was more the excitement that we can
You gotta have
finally
an idea what
do
you're
this.
looking at and what you know. Now, I understand. You know, it's knee jerk is easy. You know what I mean? You might find something cool, nice piece of property or some shit like that or whatever. But until you come up with some
I
type
think it
of
was
game
more
plan, It's very difficult. And the only problem that I would imagine that people would run into at this point in time, I understand houses are not staying on the market as long as they used to. So not only do you have to qualify for such mortgages and things of that nature as far as pay plans, but you have to be able to see something that makes sense, and then in turn, in your head, figure out how you can do this, and then make the offer and shit like that. And and still, even after that, I'm sorry. I mean, I was a contractor for 40 fucking years or some shit. And then you got to be able to get the boys in place so that they can actually expedite the improvements. My fucking boys came through my house. Mayor bought in December of 2011. And my guys came through this fucking house, ripped half of it apart, fucking put it all back together. Seems long. My fucking boys came through my house 4.5 months, which is fucking like a ludicrous speed as it pertains to construction. I mean, you got to tear things down. There's time. Then in turn, you got to I don't fucking know. I wasn't here, but trust me, just a bathroom alone. If you get somebody, you had your bathroom done, didn't you?
Yeah. One thing that sucked is the doorway, the position of the door, and
Of
I
course.
could probably ask my landlord, "Hey, can I widen the door?" You'd probably let me, but I don't really feel like sticking around. One thing that
Well, you know what, dude? What's the dumbest
the
question there,
doorway.
Boo Boo?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's the one not asked, dude.
And I could
You
probably
know what I mean?
ask
What's
my
gonna say
landlord,
no?
"Hey,
You're
can I
already
widen the door?"
here.
You'd probably let me. I know that he would say yes. It's just I don't plan on
Well, you know what, dude?
having my
What's the
insurance
dumbest
because
question there, Boo
they
Boo?
would pay for it for me. I don't know. You tell me.
Okay.
I don't want
Oh,
them to.
one. Okay. So don't abuse. Use, but don't
I know that
abuse.
he would. Yeah, it's like why have them do something and I'm not going to be here for another couple of years.
No, I get it. It's also you know what? Once again, what I just said before, use, don't abuse. And also, you may need that bullet for yourself someday. You know what I mean?
It's
Like whatever is going to happen as far as that whole thing is concerned. I mean, how many times do you think an insurance company is going to be like this? Yeah, yeah, we'll come over and widen your doorway. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, 1, 2, 3 times you're out, man. So I don't see any reason to use that bullet for somebody else's house.
yeah,
Like whatever is going to
I
happen
just
as
don't
far
want
as that
to
whole thing is concerned. I mean,
be
how
like,
many
hey, yeah,
times do you think an
widen
insurance
my
company is going to be
door
like this?
so I can
Yeah,
move in
yeah,
a couple
we'll come over
months
and widen your
or a
doorway.
year from now.
No, I agree. I agree. Also, I don't see any
One sec.
reason to use that bullet for somebody else's house.
Yeah,
Just drop the shirt,
I
but
just don't
I'll
want
get
to
it in a minute. No,
be like,
absolutely
hey,
not.
yeah,
Absolutely not.
widen my door
Hey, dude, I
so
got
I
a
can
question
move in
for
a couple
you now,
months
tough guy.
or a year from now.
What do you do to keep your head straight?
You come out daily.
What do you do?
Well, work out.
Okay.
I do a lot with websites and graphic design, a lot of stuff with music. You come out
So,
daily.
would you say, in order to keep your head straight, that you keep yourself busy
Work out.
and you keep yourself aimed with a purpose?
Yeah, I think anything that may benefit our future, it's definitely worth working hard.
Okay. Because I know for me, if I don't have anything really going on, I don't mean the training. The training at this point in my life is just
Yeah, I think
that's part of my routine, and I'm working on a video right now. Well, I'm working on an idea for a video where I'm going to go through what my morning routine is from like 6:30, 7 o'clock to like, you know, 1 or something like that. Because after that, everything is a perk. But after you go through your routine, you do have a block of time that if there's no reason for you to do anything, or there's no purpose that you have, that's a terrible little area right there, man.
Like
Terrible.
my routine is pretty much the same every day,
Yes.
repetitive.
No, yeah, it's like what was the movie? Bill Murray, Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
Exactly. But no, my point being is that you're going to go through a routine for so many hours in the morning or whatever your routine may be. But then after that, there's going to be an allotment of time. There's going to be. That you're just sort of like, oh, you know what I mean?
Groundhog Day. I think when you
Downtime, dude.
you have to be like, keep that mind busy.
Yeah.
You don't want to start struggling mentally. You don't want to,
That you're just sort of like,
I don't know, give up.
you know what I mean? See, you just said exactly what I was talking about. The point that I was getting to is that whole little bit of a downtime or something like that. You keep your mind moving. You keep everything to maintain your mental strength. You know what I mean? It's very important. As human beings, and not only that, but as we get a little bit older, we'll call ourselves, adults. You know, people need a purpose. People need maybe we could say a vocation, a reason, whatever it might be. It's very important, keeping this up here. This will keep this like this more so than anything. I mean, you can train all damn day, but if you're not doing it for anything, it doesn't make any sense. And I will also add one last thing. One more question. Why do you do what you do?
Um,
You do it for you?
no, I mean, I do it for myself. I want to be healthy for my loved ones. I don't want them to
Why do you do what you
have to
do?
do all the work for me.
No, no.
As much as I would like to say that I could be alone all day, it sucks because I can't. For my loved
Yes.
ones,
Uh,
I don't want them to like have to do one of my things being tied to like a couple different tubes and then machines that have to run to keep you alive. It sucks.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. But no, I will say for myself, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Like
I do for me
one of my
because if I don't do
things,
for me, I
being
can't do
tied
for
to,
Mary.
like,
You know what I mean? And if I can't do it for Mary,
and then
because
machines that
and even though obviously she's my caregiver, and she's the able right here and stuff like that, but I don't want her to ever look at me as if you know I can't at least do something, man. You know what I mean? Because I don't have a problem with pity other than all of it. And I'm not going to have her look at me and be like, oh, my poor little Gimp. Oh my God, he's so helpless. Fuck all that noise. You know what I mean? Fuck that. But you know what, dude, talk about something else. That whole thing pisses me the fuck off. But many things piss me the fuck off. Angry Quad, dude.
so what is the coolest adaptive equipment that you have made?
Oh, I would say the one block to get from the strap in the block from my bed, my hospital bed, because I used to have a problem
What is the
because
coolest
I transfer out of this chair into a shower chair, with the rolly chair and shit like that. And yes, I can use manual chairs, but I just, dude, if I'm gonna blow myself up, it ain't gonna be from doing that. So until the power goes out for fucking a week or something like that, I ain't playing that game. But one of the problems that I ran into is I would get close to my bed, and I'd have to transfer from one point to the other, and no big deal until the brakes or something like that wouldn't really be cool. And dude, I'm telling you, I would find myself in between spots with my ass being between the only thing between me and the floor was a dream. And I'd be like this, and all of a sudden the chair would start pushing out. And all of a sudden I'd be stuck in a fucking iron cross going like this. You gotta be shitting me. So I realized that was possibly the most jeopardous situation that I would put myself into. Not really put myself into. However, I realized this has to be solved. So I put together a little strap going from the bed that actually attaches from the chair. Even if the brakes aren't on, my chair will only go like this far away from the bed. And it actually becomes part of the bed. And then after that, I realized going from the chair into bed, there was that little bit of a gap in between. And with that whole thing, I was just like, I am double fucked at the same time because on several occasions, um, when you're transferring, you want to go from like high to low.
Yeah.
So it's all good and fun. So with the strap, when I put it in and I dropped the bed down, it would actually adhere to the chair and bring it in, and it would be taut. But however, what?
So it didn't move at all. Yeah.
No, not whatsoever. You actually physically have to move it to actually have it move. But when I would go from the bed to the chair, I would raise the bed up so it wouldn't be really snug. And on three occasions that I
So it didn't
remember,
move at all.
I ended up back in the iron cross, being like, "Fuck me, I didn't figure this out enough." So I found, um, I took a yoga block and put a strap on that thing, and so it's attached to the bed. So I wedged it between where the chair is and what actually happened, where the strap is here and the brake comes down here, which would both fail. The block then in turn would go on top of both, and they go fucking nowhere, man. Dude, seriously, the greatest thing I ever made. Well, just for me. If anybody is interested in finding out what's going on, I'll supply all the video links and I'll give you this the biggest idea you ever had in your life.
I can actually see if I have invented anything as far as
Greatest thing I ever made. Well,
looking
just for
around.
me. If anybody is
But
interested
what
in
the hell
finding out what's
have I
going on,
made myself?
I'll supply all the video links. And I'll give you haven't gotten there yet, dude. You'll
I
as
can
time goes
actually
on,
if I
trust
have
me,
invented
you'll have an idea,
anything
and then you're gonna be like,
as
"Oh."
far
I
as
think one of the situations that you run
looking
into
around.
is it's like
But what the hell
you'll have an
have I
idea, but
made
you don't
myself?
really know exactly how to go about, you know, putting
If
in
it
action. It's difficult. Do you scribble at all? I mean, can you scribble anything, any type of writing or whatever? I know you're a computer freak, so you can do it that way.
I mean, I can take a
You'll
pen
have an idea, but you don't really know
and write
exactly
with
how
it.
to go about. Okay. So you can do more than nothing, man. You just enough to be dangerous, eh?
Dangerous is the word. You should see me at the power
I know
store.
you're a computer freak, so you can do it that way. But it doesn't matter.
I can
If you
take a
have an
pen
idea that you come up with, you
and
think
write
might be a
with
good
it.
thing, it doesn't have to be perfect, dude. Edison didn't come up with perfect drawings out of the gate. You know what I mean? Fucking, do you
Dangerous
think,
is the word.
Nikola
You should
Tesla
see me
or
at the
fucking
power store.
Elon or any of these fucking freak shows? I mean, even like Bill Gates, with all this shit, with the whole software and everything else under the sun, nobody, your first iteration of whatever your idea is always looks like shit. But as long as you put the measurements together and everything else like that, doesn't matter. You can refine it as you go. I mean, even like Bill Gates,
Yeah,
with all this shit,
I'm
with the whole
working on an
software and everything else under the
idea
sun,
where my
nobody,
fully bag alerts me when it's full.
Always looks like shit. Okay.
You know what I mean? It's I want to have an app on my phone and it would alert me that your bag's full.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I spoke to Tara about this a little while ago.
When it's full.
And stuff like that.
I don't think it would be a bad idea. I
Rob,
want to
start
have an app on my phone
scribbling.
and it would alert me that
Come up, just make some stupid little drawing. Doesn't matter if it's exactly the solution. Make something, even as obscure as it may be,
I don't
but
think it
make
would be
something.
a bad idea.
And then from there, you come up with I mean, dude, I saw you hold that syringe thing. Scribble something, draw a line, go over here. Stupid little drawing. Doesn't matter if it's exactly.
It's actually a pen.
Make something, even if it's obscure. Oh, that looks like a syringe.
Yeah, go figure.
You're a sick man. Here, I'll show you a couple things. See if you can see them. Tell me what you think about this stupid shit.
Yeah, let me see it.
All right, gonna take me a second.
Pen.
I scribble all the time because ideas are my best friend. Whether I can actually put them together or something like that, that's a story for another day.
I think I use most of my notebook on my phone. Let me see it.
Well, you know what, dude? You do what you do. I mean, this is no, that one's not that great. Ideas are my best friend. Whether I can
So
actually
you work on ideas every day, I'm sure.
always, always. Well, this is just some scribblings, but these aren't truly ideas. But you'll see like nuts and bolts, carriage bolts with wing nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So you work on ideas every day,
Ideas?
I'm sure.
Welcome to the world, my man. This is what we do up in, Oh, this is the, Eric Choi.
I believe.
Well, this is one of the ideas that I was speaking to him one day. And you see that drawing right there?
Yes.
Do you notice the thing? I don't know. Can you see it to the left? And you'll see it looks like a big piston.
I can.
Yeah. Well, that one of the things is it's a platform walker. But you come up, all right, and you get yourself situated, and then you hit a button or you have a pump or some shit like that, brings you to a standing position. And one of the problems that I ran into with this entire thing was, is that I couldn't figure out how to harness myself to it. So I started thinking again, and I designed a harness.
Oh wow.
Then in turn, would it fix to that? But I mean, this is work in progress only because it already exists. But as much as I like to use readily available stuff, I don't know, dude. There's nothing more satisfying than coming up with some retarded idea in your head, figuring out what it is you need. I mean, maybe this is the contractor in me speaking, because when you go to a job, somebody is depending on you to put together a material list and then in turn figure out how to put it all back together. So I'm a big fan of coming up with an idea, figuring out what it is that I actually need in order to make this happen, and then getting this from there and getting this from there, and then somehow figuring out how to put it all together. And then once it all comes together, much like the one I did the video about the transfer block and stuff like that.
I remember that one.
And it was like this little idea that I had. Next thing you know, the fucking thing worked, dude. My dick dropped to my fucking knees, and I was just like, I am the fucking man. Only because I realized I'm not gonna die.
When you transfer, you don't use a board.
And it was like
do
this
you?
little idea that I had. I use a board only because it's easier because a lot of times I transfer from my chair to my shower chair and shit like that. So I'll use a board for that. I used to not.
When you transfer,
However,
you don't
you know,
use a board.
Mara wasn't really comfortable with that. So I'd rather, only because the chair still much like the way you put your chair next
Yeah.
to the thing. So why did you do that?
Oh, that chair is great.
It doesn't fucking move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing, dude. When you got when you got your chair, your power chair going to like your shower chair or something like that, or whatever it is,
Yeah.
you want to make sure we have to regulate.
Oh,
Well,
that
actually,
chair
we
is
got to
great.
mitigate or fucking make it so the other entity or whatever it is you're going to doesn't move, dude. No, we got to remove all movement. So the problem I had is going from one chair to the other every now and then. The chair will move around a little bit. And trust me, I've taken the elevator down on several occasions. So, I mean, I learned just by, not succeeding, man. No, we got to remove all movement.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day because I got a new shower chair and it stayed like perfectly still. So I was wondering, I wonder if I could transfer one of that without the sliding board because it doesn't seem like there's much of a gap. I was thinking about the other day
Well,
because I got a new
it's a
shower
very
chair.
distinct possibility you probably will. I don't suggest you do this on your own the first time around. Don't
So I
be
was
me, man.
wondering,
Don't be
I
fucking me.
wonder if I
Trust
could
me.
transfer
I've
one
taken
of
the
that
express
without
elevator down a
the
couple
sliding
times,
board.
and only by
Because it doesn't
virtue of
seem
fucking,
like
the
there's
Lord
much of a
above that I
gap.
wasn't all
I was
fucked up.
thinking about
But,
the other
it's
day
one of those things
because I got a new
you
shower chair.
can. I would imagine I've seen you move a little bit. You got decent tricep. You know what I mean? It seems to me that you probably got a lot more strength than me, but you just need a little bit more seasoning as far as your technique is concerned. It's one of those
Yeah, and
things.
it's 2 years into making, 4 years into
I
making,
would imagine
I
I've seen you
guess.
move a little bit. You got decent
The
tricep.
first
It
4 years
seems to me
were
that you probably got a
shit.
lot more strength than me,
The last
but
4 years,
you
I have
just need
worked
a
up
little
to
bit
where
more
I
seasoning as far as your technique is concerned. I think you mentioned in one of your videos, or maybe it was perhaps when we were actually speaking, and you're like, "Oh my God, where would I be if I
first four
actually
years were
had the same
shit.
attitude I had back then?"
The last 4 years, I wonder that all the time.
I don't remember exactly the origin of that conversation, but I do remember the conversation. But you know what? That's that woulda, shoulda, coulda, man. You know what I mean? You got that whole thing. You ever listen to Anthony Robbins, Tony
I wonder
Robbins?
that all the time. Um,
Whatever. He's a motivational speaking dick. However, one of his big things is when people do that whole thing, well, I should, I should, I should. And one of the cracks that he does is that, well, seems to me you just should all over yourself. You know what I mean? Whatever. He's a motivational speaking
that's
dick.
very
However, one of his
interesting,
big
man.
things is when people do that whole thing, well, I should, I should, you know what I mean? You can should all day, man. You're shooting one hand and wishing the other. Who's going to fill up first?
Hopefully, one of them.
Yeah, your wishes ain't going to fill that hand,
That's
but you can
very
shoot in that hand. It's going to be,
interesting.
you know what I mean? However, is there anybody actually on the chat here? Is Lee still there? Does he have any questions or anything else like that? I mean,
They're just talking about smoking a mass amount of cannabis.
your wishes ain't gonna fill that hand. I can't, dude. I don't know how these fuckers actually smoke weed like that. I mean, I smoked weed when I was in high school a while ago, but it's not this freak show shit that you guys got going on nowadays. Dude, I'll knock down a couple beers and stuff like that, and that's all. I may wolf down a butt or two or something like that, but the idea of smoking weed, oh, hells to the no, man. I am Captain fucking retard after that. I mean, fuck no, man. I can't do it. I've done it. That's how I know I can't.
I mean, I do use cannabis for vaping.
Smoking weed.
I think
No.
it's good.
Hey, dude. You know, whatever it might be. And like I say, I'm not telling nobody to do not. I'm not saying to you, you should do this or you shouldn't do this. I'm just saying, oh, for me, that's how I know I can. You know, hells to the no, man.
Cannabis for vaping. I think I remember smoking with you one time.
Smoking weed with me?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Not a fucking chance.
I know. It's a joke.
Oh, okay. I'm like, hell no. Oh, what? Prior to the injury and shit like that? Yeah, maybe on a different astral plane, but hell no. I haven't smoked weed since I was smoking weed with me.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I mean, I'm not talking about once or twice outside of this whole thing, but like smoking weed because most people that smoke pot actually smoke pot. It's sort of like people that drink beer. Wow, I drink beer. I don't live off this shit, but I drink beer. But people that smoke pot, they smoke it or they don't. And I'm not saying 24/7, dude.
But you use beer as not just a drink, but for health reasons.
No, I just drink beer because I just like drinking beer and stuff like that. So I'll like grab a beer and be like, all right, you know, it's I don't know, it's almost like I don't know, it just sort of reminds me of being fully functional again. You know, it's one of those things. I'll be fucking with something. I'll be like, crack a beer and be like, all right, you know. But I don't sit there and you be hard pressed to find me hanging out, just sitting there and not doing a fucking thing other than just drinking beer for the sake of drinking beer. Fuck no, that's a loser's game, man.
You're too much of a busy man.
But I don't sit there and.
I mean, I got I got the I was blessed to actually get out there to meet you, and
I enjoyed the shit out of it, my man.
absolutely.
You know, seriously, I saw the ugly mug coming out of that van. I was just like, that's my boy. Bring it on there, fuckface.
I even I was in my wheelchair. I've been paying to mess with you, and
I thought it was a good time. I'm glad you actually got your ass over here and stuff like that. I wish to reciprocate someday, but we'll figure that whole thing out. You know, I don't think I can. I mean, I don't know if you got fucking hotels, motels, or whatever the fuck's going on around you, but around here, you know, that shit's more accessible. We're so close to the city, you know, that it's just people come here all the time, man. You know what I mean?
so we gotta figure out what our next Saturday's show's gonna be about.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna volley that ball back to you, my man. You know what I mean? But that's okay. I'll be speaking to you between then and now. Also, you know, I gotta tell you, I think one thing you might want to consider the idea of Saturdays are fine. I have no problem. You can pick any day of the week that ends with a Y, and I'm gonna say yes. Whatever day ends with an hour, I'll say yes. But I do like the idea of going after the Live to Roll Boys on Tuesday. Perhaps consider the idea of Wednesday, so it's almost like a seamless transaction.
I agree. I only picked Saturday for the first show because it worked.
No, let's keep doing Saturdays because most people have time on Saturdays. You know, during the week is a different story. But I just sort of like, you know, the idea of that seamless transition. And then maybe if we decide to perk on Saturday or something like that, but dude, we'll talk about that. That's no problem. You know, once again, Rob, this is your baby, man. You tell me where you need to be, when you need me to be there, I'll be there.
Because I guess our hour is up, and we must say goodbye to the world.
Happy trails to you.
And we will catch you in the next
We
week.
meet again.
Do not leave the chat. Thank you guys. Thanks everybody. Next show will be even better.
Yeah, but that's all.